Sports. It's in the game. EA Sports. It's in the game.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Giants. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win.
Ready. Blue lady. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Off the play fake, Winston. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. Well, there's a pretty big start right there. They go bombs away on the first play from scrimmage.
Put a smile on your face, didn't it? Not because you're rooting for anyone, but that's the way to begin a game, to put someone back on their heels and announce that they plan to be aggressive.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Mack. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the
blitz coming, and down he goes. Geno Atkins. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Got his man. It's Williams. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Just like that. Just like that.
1st down, Winston. And that is incomplete. And here now a look at the Dolphins' offensive unit.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 3rd down, Winston. And that is incomplete.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. They'll be commanded by the veteran QB, the former Walter Payton Man of the Year in the league, Eli Manning.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Manning now on first down. But he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Throwing on first down is Manning. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. And the offensive starters for the New York Giants.
And the big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs? Because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
We go set. 60 or. Yeah. You don't want none.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready? 10 logo. Shot 56. Ready? Ready?
Into the red zone now. Manning. Got his man. It's Eifert. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction, because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Manning to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Manning again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Following the interception, Winston. He'll let this go deep for Sutton, and that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Winston. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Winston got his target, Pierre Garçon. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. Garçon with his first grab, good enough for a first down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Play action now, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Jameis now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Mack. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
You must be getting tired of seeing me play.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Shotgun now for Manning. Flushed out right. This is caught by Jackson. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. Working from the gun, Manning. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Room past the 20, and the catch good. It's Eifert. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Manning now to throw. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
I feel like Eli Manning has just gone from downfield bomber to a guy who can complete everything.
He can hit him underneath now, can't he?
Yeah, we just saw that there with that pass completion. The maturity of a veteran taken with the defense are given.
It's caught by Jackson. A gain of 6 there on first. Now Manning got to hurry him to the line here. On play action, it's Manning. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. And they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And Eifert has it. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Manning. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Charles Clay has tied in the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Manning. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Manning, he's going to air it out deep for Green. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A.J. Green in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants have taken the lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. New York set to take the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
To throw, it's Manning. And he comes back with one complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Ready? 8, read.
Throwing is Manning. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, D. Ready?
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. Good footwork at the 30. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. Winston now to throw on 1st down. And some room to roam now. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Ready, black one foul behind. 58, come on. Hey, tight.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Check. Ready. Blue ready. Check. 55 for mine. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Play fake. Winston. It's caught by Funchess. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devin Funchess, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
They'll look to run for him with Williams. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 2nd down now, it's Warren. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Manning, and able to find Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Now this throw caught left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Man up, D. Alert 366. Pull it high.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. It's a jet sweep as they get this to Jackson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Manning to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And out come the Dolphins now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That would throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Jameis now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Jameis to throw it. He gets this one to Garcon. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Here we go with Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. He'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
They had to convert there on 4th down, and they ran the football. Major surprise, but they pick it up. Now they've got to really hurry.
They'll look to throw.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Now Winston. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. He's got it to Williams. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. What a play. Maybe a game-saving play on the knockdown there.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? If you're looking at it from the defense's perspective, they looked like they had a shot at it. Maybe a completion. Ball gets knocked away. Can they rise up and do it again?
And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. The dramatic score to tie it, and now they just need the PAT to get the lead late fourth quarter.
So much for the touchdown maker. It's all about the extra point attempter. And I can't wait to see how this one turns out.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it's... Sets us up for quite a finish. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. New York set to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal.
And that's caught inside the 30. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout called. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here.
Come on now, let's go!
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Giants, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Miami, the loss.
EA Sports. It's in the game. EA Sports. It's in the game.